What's up guys, Ryan with the Journal 82 channel here again. This is the Aostirmotor S17 1500w e-drive or hub drive e-bike, guys. I dropped the video earlier showing you guys the unboxing and assembly of this bike. You see it's a little bit muddy now. I rode it in the rain some yesterday. It rained all day. I've ridden it some this morning. This video, I'm just going to tell you the specs, the pricing, where I ordered it, how long it took to get it, all that good stuff. The next video, I'm going to give you kind of a first impressions about this bike and hub drive bikes in general, since this is my first one ever. So remember, I have ridden mountain bikes. I have ridden some mid-drive bikes before. I'm a motorcycle guy. I'm not a crazy biker. You know, I'm not crazy into mountain biking, so take anything I say with a grain of salt. First of all, I want to mention that this is how the bike comes, with the exception of this little front fender and number plate, which I had laying around in the garage, and I threw the front fender on yesterday to keep some of the rain off my legs, and I threw the number plate on just because I had it laying there too. So those are off an XR50, but besides that, this is exactly how the bike comes. So what we've got here is an Aostirmotor S17 1500w hub drive e-bike, rear hub drive. So the frame is 6061 aluminum alloy. It weighs, the bike weighs 88 pounds, which I thought was kind of heavy at first until I actually started looking at specs and putting it up against other bikes, and it turns out it's not heavier than any other bike really in its class. So the battery is a 48 volt 14.5 amp hour lithium battery with Samsung cells. Controller is a 48 volt 30 amp like I said, 1500w rear hub drive motor. The charge time, you're looking at 4 to 6 hours to charge completely. The max speed, it says, is 50 kilometers per hour. I'll tell you in the next video how fast I've had it at 220 pounds. The range, it says 30 to 45 kilometers. I assume that must be with throttle only, or I'm really not sure. But we'll talk about that in the next video as well. The brake, it's got front and rear mechanical disc brakes. It comes with a light on the front that's a handlebar mount. It also comes with a light on the rear that I just have not put on yet. It comes with a color LCD display, and that's one thing I noticed with these bikes like this. The LCD displays can be all over the place. This one, did I turn it off? Yeah, I turned it off. This one is actually pretty good. It's large enough. I really didn't want one with just a little display like that by one of the grips. This one's, it's LCD, so I was skeptical, but it is actually bright enough to see in the sunlight, and it's pretty large. But I'm getting into more opinions, which I'm trying to save for the next video. The fork, it says it's aluminum alloy suspension fork. I believe it's an air fork. I think I saw a Schrader valve on the bottom. I'm going to get into that more soon. The tires, these are 26 inch by 3.0 fat tires. And I'd never ridden a fat tire bike before, and I'd seen how big the 4 inchers were. I knew they were good on sand and snow, but I was worried that it'd just be too big. So I settled with the 3 inch, and the 3 inch feels about perfect. So I'm happy with that for now. It does have a 7-speed Shimano. It's all right here. Seems to work well right out of the box. Didn't take any adjusting or calibration or anything. Packing size 153 by 28 by 88 centimeters. All right, so where did I order it from? I ordered this bike from Newegg, guys, and Newegg, it just depends. Some of their stuff is not, it's a lot of similar like closeout stuff you might find on Amazon, but sometimes the shipping, you know, it's not near as fast. I've ordered things off Newegg before that have taken a couple weeks, and some things that have come in 48 hours. So this thing actually came faster than it even said it would. So I ordered this on a Sunday, it processed on a Monday, it shipped out on a Tuesday, and it was at my house. I was supposed to be there Friday and ended up arriving Saturday morning. So I was completely happy with that, and I believe this is actually shipped by the Aostirmotor store. So yeah, I was completely happy with that. Now the cost, this is $18.99 on Newegg, so it came out to right over $2,000 after taxes. I believe it's on Amazon for $21.99, but there is a $200 coupon which puts you at $1,900. So I ordered from Newegg just because I had a store credit card with Newegg that allowed me to get the bike for 0% interest. I think the payments were like $168 a month for a year, 0%. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me, and one of the reasons why I chose this bike. Now, something to keep in mind is if you do have that same ability to order from Amazon, if I could go, I would probably order from Amazon just because of their return policy is a little more straightforward than Newegg. So hopefully, I don't plan on returning this, obviously, or having any issues, but that's where we get into our next segment here. Aostirmotor customer support. If you do research online, joining in the groups, you'll hear mixed opinions. You'll hear customer service is great, Aostirmotor is great. You will also hear that there have been some issues that have been not so great. So all I can say is I've emailed them a few times. I'd heard the batteries were shipping separately, and so I'd heard some horror stories about batteries not coming for a week and this and that, and so I just emailed them and asked, and they very promptly replied to my email. They've been very nice, and yeah. So have I ran into any problems yet? Well, the only problem I ran into was when I was setting this bike up, these wires had ripped out of the thumb throttle. So this is just the thumb throttle, and I'm 90% sure there was nothing I did when I lifted it out of the box to do that, but I'm not 100% sure. And being as these are only 12 bucks on Amazon, and I wanted a twist throttle anyway on my right side, I didn't even bother Aostirmotor with that. I just went ahead and ordered one on Amazon for 12 bucks. So yeah, besides that, everything came packed pretty well. You saw it, then if you want to see how it was packed or see all that, that's all in the first video. Assembly was pretty quick. If you're somewhat mechanically inclined, you can put one of these together in 30 minutes, no problem. The battery came probably 80% charged. I plugged it in, charged it for half hour, 45 minutes maybe, and it was topped off. So yeah, I'm pumped about that, guys. Why did I buy this? Basically because my son has a Stasic and I can't keep up with him anymore on my regular mountain bike, and I want something to be able to really clear some miles and see some I didn't buy this to do super technical mountain biking, but I just want to be able to get out on some light trails, some back roads, see some places where I can't have a motorcycle, and that's what this is for. And this was kind of an experiment. I've never ridden a hub drive, so I'll tell you what I think about it in the next video. I'll be doing videos about what I think between the hub drives and mid drives and how this thing performs, riding videos. At some point I will do a pretty severe off-road test and let you know how this thing performs. I don't really want to have any repair issues right off the bat, so that might be a little while, but at some point I will 100% do that. I'm also going to do a range test on this thing and tell you exactly what kind of range I get, in pedal assist 5 and pedal assist 1 with just the throttle, all that good stuff. One last thing I want to mention is that I did ride this thing around for a while yesterday with no pedal assist, and it's still manageable. You can still ride it like a regular bicycle. It does feel a tad heavier. However, if you take the battery out and put it on charge, you got the weight of that battery out of that frame, it really does feel not that much heavier than my regular Trek 4300 mountain bike or something. So it is something you could probably ride without a battery in it if you needed to. So all right, guys, that's it for this video. Be sure to come back for the next one and hear my first impressions about the Aostir S17 1500w e-bike. Thanks.